Good morning, everyone. Today's going to be super fun. You might be a little off balance. That's okay. The worst that's going to happen is you're going to have to put your foot down. This is safe for everyone to try. I highly recommend everyone doing today's workout. You'll like it. You will need a big wall working space because we're going to be leaning against our wall today. And we're going to start by doing some elongating stretches. So everything today is going to be functional. We are focusing on balance and coordination. So it is very important that you do not use anything to help with your balancing. Also, make sure that everything is away from your workspace, because if you do lose your balance, you do not want to misstep and get hurt. So without further ado, make sure that you have your water and your wall. You don't need any cables, no dumbbells, nothing, only you. All right. So the first thing that we're gonna do is good morning, cousin. Good morning, Mel and Carl. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna step away from our wall with our feet. We wanna make sure that the backs of our hips and our shoulder blades and our head are against the wall. So Carl, Faye, if you're not able to get all the way back, step a little bit further away from the wall, and you might need to use your hand towel to place between the wall and your neck, because we don't want to strain your head. So if you guys are having a problem with your shoulder blades, your hips, and the back of your head resting against the wall, so you should be able to just chill against the wall comfortably. If your head is jutting forward, get your hand towel that we've been using since 1827, place it on the nape of your neck, and then you're going to want to push your head against it. Our main focal point is keeping our chin up. Now remember, this is for postural correction, balance, and coordination today only. So we're going to go kind of light on everything because I know that you guys have big party plans for tomorrow. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do, so if you're going to use your roll, make sure that you have it to the side. We're not going to use it right now because we're going to go to some stretches. But to make sure that you're against the wall correctly, good morning, Mom. We want to make sure that we are at pretty much of a wider stance. We want to have a good base of support. We're going to use the tripod theory to make sure that we do not lose our balance at first. So we want to have a nice plant against the wall with our hips. Make sure that our knees are facing me. We want to hinge at the hip. We're not going to roll. We want to hinge at the hips. So we're going to stay in duck butt. We're going to hinge forward until we feel a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Now remember, one side might be tighter than the other. Do not compensate. So our main thing that we want to do on these movements is make sure that we have even pressure on both heels, yeah? So we're going to find that stretch, and we're going to hold for 1, 2, 3. We're going to come back up slightly to release it. Come back down in it. 1, 2, 3, and up, and back down. 1, 2, 3. So as we're moving through the movements, we should not be losing contact with the wall. We should not be losing contact. We want to be leaning against the wall with our high knee. If you're having a problem with that contact, step further away from the wall so you can lean into it. This is the most important thing because this is going to be our base line that we're going to be using throughout the entire workout today. And I promise today is not going to be long. I too am anticipating the delivery of my birthday present. Can't wait till that thing gets here. And I know you guys have a lot of plans this weekend. So we're going to go short and sweet today. But I'm making it up to you on Monday, so don't get happy. All right, now we're going to hold our hamstring position. Now, give attention, kids. We do not want to lean. We don't want to lean. So this is going to be our challenge. Resist the temptation of picking up the feet and moving them into a better position, because there is no better position. This is your functional position. So with our duck butt, our butt against the wall, we're going to lift, excuse me, the right foot up, the right toes up off the floor, and we're going to get a nice stretch in the back of the calf, yeah? Lower and go to left. Now we are going to have a little bit of transfer of the hips, but we should not be picking up the feet and moving them into a different position. and go back to the other side. Keep your knees locked. It's very important. Knees are locked. These are functional stretches. The wall helps us not to compensate, which is super important today. And one more to the left. All right, now we're gonna get into a wide stance because we're gonna get some true stretch in the inner thigh. All right, so we're in our wide position. We're still hinging forward and we're gonna tilt over to the right leg. So our hiney is still against the wall, We're pivoting from the rib cage and we're just leaning over. And let's go to the other side. Don't allow your legs to drop. So your legs everything stays centered. And let's go back to the left. We're going to come back to this is our second position, and we're going to hinge forward, and we're going to go into our hamstring stretch again. Now in this position with the wider stance, we're going to be able to have a greater range of motion, but still remember the hiney is still firmly placed, good morning Sassy, against the wall. And do not roll, so you want to keep that nice duck butt position. I don't know if you guys had problems finding wall space. I had to move a bookshelf and a big, huge painting. But then it opened up space for me to polish the floor and to clean the baseboard. So it was a win-win situation. Oh, God. I still see some dust down there. Yeah. Well, you know what I'll be doing right when we're done? Picking up a dust ball. And then probably moving all the other furniture away from the wall and cleaning. This should feel super good, guys. All right, now we're gonna go back into that neutral close position. So remember, close doesn't mean close here. We wanna be away from the wall. Our knees are directly under our hips and we're aligned with our ankles. Our knees are facing forward. And this is what we're gonna do. This is gonna suck specifically for those of you who have one weak hip area. So, I love you guys. I might fall over because as you know, my left hip is wonky. Mom, you might fall over because your left side. Carl, we all have wonky sides. Mel, I think yours is the right. So it doesn't really matter what leg that we're gonna lift. Let's stabilize on the left leg and remember, resist the temptation. Oh my God, this is so humbling. Resist the temptation of moving your feet, okay? We're in this together. So we're gonna lean against the wall. Carl and Faye, Mom, you might need this also. Place the roller, not a roller. Oh, my brain is not working this morning. Your hand towel behind your head. And everybody else who cannot have your shoulder blades firmly placed on the wall when your head is back, this is what we want to do. We're going to lift the right knee up as high as we can without falling over. So we're pushing into the wall. We need to make sure that we have our core engaged and we're lifting. Okay, ready? Here we go. Squeeze, 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 4-second traction. The worst that's going to happen, you see how I'm starting to fall over to the right? That's the worst that's going to happen, okay? Donna, you are going to feel pressure in your knees. Sylvia, Susan, you're going to feel pressure in your hips. The worst that's going to happen is you're going to do what I did. You're going to barely lift up your leg and you're going to start falling over to the right. And that's okay. It's okay, all right? We got a 4-second contraction. You ready? Here we go. Lift, 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 lift as high as you can and then put down. So this is going to strengthen those compromised joints that we have from injury or just from stuff. Okay, you ready? Don't lift up that left leg. Don't lift it up. Don't move those feet. I want to as well, but do not do it. You ready? Here we go. Lift, lift, lift. Okay. Now, as you come up, if you're starting to lean to the right a little bit, make sure, and I'm cheating because I can see myself in the camera, so I know to rearrange myself, but try to get your both feet back on the floor, stabilize, straighten back up again, and then redo it. So you're doing a 1 rep, center, 1 rep, center. You ready? Here we go. We should really, your body should be wanting to move around on that wall like crazy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Lift, lift, lift. And down. Recenter. Boy, this sucks. You guys ready? You ready? All right, here we go. Lift. Good. And nobody climb any ladders until we get to meet in person again. Okay, you guys ready? Ready, ready? Lift, lift, lift. All right, we're going to go 2 more, yeah? We got this. We got it. You ready? Reposition. Push against your wall. Lift. Do not lift your shoulders. And reposition. Okay, ready? We got 1 more. 1 more, 1 more, 1 more. How come one of you, Dave? Glad you can join us. So this, guys, is going to show us exactly where our weak areas are, if you didn't already know. All right, let's change legs. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we need to set up, yeah? So we have even pressure. Our feet are in close position. That means our knees are directly under our hips, and we're aligned with our ankles, yeah? All right, you ready? Now we're going to be balancing on right, and we're going to lift up left. Lift, 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 and place. All right, now that should be a little easier for you guys if your right leg is not compromised, yeah? All right, reposition, reposition. Push into that wall, kids. Duck butt, duck butt. If your back is flat against the wall, you're going to be suffering through this. We do not want a flat back. We don't want to be like this. If you're like that, you're not going to be stable. Remember that lordotic curve in our spine is what holds us stable. It activates that core. Like we did yesterday, that transverse abdominis, that tightness through the belly button. Lift up left, lift, 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 lift. Remember, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to fall over to the left. It's okay. Today we're allowed to be ugly. That's why we do not want any furniture around us. You guys ready? Recenter, duck butt, shoulders down, lift, 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 and down. Reposition, center, shoulders down, lift, 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 duck butt, and down. You guys ready? And lift, 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 hold, hold, duck butt, and down. Reposition, duck butt, shoulders down, lift, 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 lift. All right, chill out for a second, get some water. Now let's allow our nervous system to calm down, because then we're going to do an alternate leg lift. And to be quite honest with you, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. So this will be an experience for all of us. All right. Now that we've figured out what side of our hip complex, this right here is called the lumbopelvic hip complex. It's from the belly button to the middle of the thigh and all the way down. It is what initiates movement of the legs, yeah? So now that we've done the right leg lift and the left leg lift, you guys will know exactly what side is compensated, okay? So the compensated side is what we're going to lift up first, yeah? Or, pardon me, that we're going to stand on first. So mine's going to be my left, because that one was hard to hold me up. So whatever side you are standing on that you couldn't hold yourself up on, that's the side you want to stand on, okay? So here we go. Duck butt, We're gonna lift. Oh, that was a lot easier. Place, lift, place. Now we're not going to reset, because remember what we did on Wednesday, how we transferred our range of motion really quickly? That's exactly what we want to do right now. So if you see, I'm kind of teetering over to one side also. Don't worry about it. All I want you to do is make sure that your shoulders are down. We're duck butting into the wall. Our knees are coming straight up to the ceiling. Up, up, up. And we want to have that transfer of energy. Don't be pushing into your walls, yeah? Try to keep your hips on the wall, duck butt. Keep that the abs tight. So if you're wondering if you're falling all over the place worse than you were before, you might be pushing the middle of your lower back into the wall. We do not want that. We do not want flat back. You want to be duck butt and stepping away from the wall. Shoulders down, chins up. I told you, Mom, you'd like this. It's not so bad, huh? No strain anywhere. Focus on your motion. Focus, focus. Come on, kids. Get that core activated. All right. Now, we're going to get into our stretching position. We're going to go back and we're going to do the exact same stretches. And because they're so, I'm proud of you. We're going to go back and do the same movements that we did in the beginning to even out our body. High knees against the wall, duck butt position, even pressure on both heels. And we're going to hinge forward. Make sure both butt cheeks are on the wall, yeah? Hold it, don't force it. Now we're going to come up to release, go back down into it. Do not roll your back. Make sure you keep that duck butt position. Down, down, down. All right, now hold your position. Pardon me. And we're going to lift up toes, yeah? You ready? Find your calves. Other foot. Nice and control. Let's get into our second position. Lean against the wall. Make sure your duck butt, you're not touching the wall with your shoulders yet. And we're going to hinge forward. Find your stretch. Make sure you're not rolling. You're keeping that nice duck butt. Both high knee cheeks are against the wall. And up and back down. And up and back down. And up and back down. Hold your stretch. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And down. And down. And now in this position, we're going to lean. So we're bending the right leg. Keep your high knee on the wall. You're sliding your high knee on the wall. And you see how the left leg is straight? You're going to lean into that left leg. You should get a nice stretch to that inner thigh. Now let's lean over that right leg. Keep your high knees against the wall. You don't want them to come up. Good to the left. And back to the right. And let's go over to the left. Don't force it. Do not force it. And we're going to come back up to center. Get some water. All right. Now, comes the fun part. Step away from your walls. Make sure that you're able to push your hips, shoulder blades, and head against the wall. Now, here's where the trickery comes, my friend. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start working on the range of motion of the shoulders, which a lot of you have issues with. So the first thing that we want to do is we're using the wall as our implement to make sure that we're not getting out of postural position. We're going to take our right hand, and if you can, place the tops of your fingertips to your shoulder. Now in this part of your shoulder is still against the wall. Now we're going to lift up until this part of your arm touches your nose, but nothing comes off the wall. Nothing lifts off the wall. You ready? Now don't lean into it. Do not lean. So everything stays in neutral. The only thing moving is your arm within the right shoulder. Yeah? Here. Tap. Do not move your body around on the wall to compensate. Only move it as much as you can. You might feel a little hitch in your giddy up through here. Do not move your head. Just move it. Don't force the range of motion. Keep your fingertips on your left shoulder. And let's go to the other side. Do not come away from the wall. Do not come away from the wall. Remember, one side might have more range of motion than the other. Don't worry, that's okay. Now, for these movements, it's very important that you are not leaning. So if your left elbow is coming up, you should not have more pressure on the right heel. You should have even pressure on the left and the right heels. Not so shabby, guys. Stay against the walls. Resist the temptation of contorting your body to make it seem like you're doing the movement correctly. So you should not be leaning into your arms. Should not. It does not matter your range of motion. It matters that you are in postural position and your head is not moving to reach your arm. Very nice. All right. Now we're going to go into a side raise. So your pinkies now are against the wall. Shoulders are down. We have even pressure all over our body. So we're leaning against the wall. Now remember, if you're using your neck roll, you're cool. Don't worry. Just make sure you're not doing this. That you're keeping your chin up. So the neck roll pressure should be right here, and it should be able to support this part. This is called the occipital, the occiput. So it should be right underneath that bony part of your head. All right, so let's get into position. Make sure we have our duck butt. Our elbows are locked. We have room, no furniture. Our pinkies are against the wall. And we're just going to lift up. Now, Liberty, Sandy, Sylvia, and Dad, as you're coming up, if one side is tighter than the other, only lift the more, oh my God, I'm sorry, you guys, the more flexible arm as high as the less mobile arm will go. So you don't want to be like this. You do not want to do that. So we're only going to come up as high as we can, and we want to stop when our hands are parallel to the floor. So don't surpass it. Even though you can, we're not going to do that. Do not lean. We want to have even pressure on your hiney, even pressure on your shoulder blades, even pressure on your heels. So we should not be up on our toes. Our pinkies should be against the wall. Hands should be rigid. Elbows should be locked. I'm going to stop so I can see what our next movement is, but you guys keep going. What is that? Oh, okay. Scribbles. Our next movement is called Scribbles. Oh, God. Shoulders down, Uday. Check your positions. I'm on to you. All right, now we're going to bring the hands to 90 degree, and we're going to keep the arms against the wall. We want to come up as high as we can by sliding against the wall. We're sliding against the wall. Keep the back of the hands. This part of the arm should be against the wall. We should not be doing this. Get your hips back on the wall. Only come up as high as you can. Check that you have your duck butt position. You are not leaning, not leaning. Mel, if you're feeling a pull in that right arm, make that your range of motion. So if you're feeling some kind of way through the insertion point, this is the medial deltoid, and it inserts, everyone's different. So you can feel this cap of your shoulder if you bring your hand down where it goes in, where it kind of tapers in, that's its insertion point. So that might be a little pissy. If it is, right when you start feeling a pull or some kind of way there, that is your stop position. Make sure you're keeping your chins up. Duck butt. We are not leaning, not leaning. Now, if you guys can feel, give attention to what your shoulder blades are doing. You should feel your shoulder blades more on the wall when your arms are down, and then less on the wall as your arms come up. So you should actually be feeling this movement of the shoulder blades. That's called scapation. That is a very important aspect of proper movement to get the shoulder blades to be moving correctly underneath the latissimus dorsi, the upper trapezius, and the rhomboids, which move in between and underneath. And that's what we're going to do next. So now we want to start in that neutral position, and we're going to move our shoulder blades together and then back to neutral position. Shoulder blades together and then move to neutral position. So we kind of want to roll back, but nothing moves. Our head's still in the same place. Hips are still, we're not moving our hips anywhere. We're just moving shoulder blades squeezed together and then flat back on the wall. Shoulder blades squeezed together. Now it's important that we're not doing this. We have our duck butt still. We're squeezing, not up to the ears. We don't want to be here. We just want to be here. It's a little tiny motion. Little motion. Not up to the ears. Make sure you're not leaning. We have even pressure. So, Mom, Carl, Sylvia, Susan, Sandy, it's important that you're focusing on the even pressure point of your feet rather than the position of your hips because of the misalignment in one of your legs. So everyone needs to focus on and also, cousin, you might have the same problem because of the knee. So when you guys are against a wall working on the link tension relationship of the muscles, so the wall is our implement to hold us into proper alignment, we might feel that we have to compensate to make our hips feel even on the wall, but that is not the truth for this. So I want you guys to focus on the pressure of your heels, making sure that you are having even body pressure. So you're standing regardless of any link tension relationship issues that we may be having. We have to make sure that when we're in movement, when we're functional, that we're not doing this compensatory gait because that will exacerbate any of the pre-existing issues that we have. So we have to get the mind used to sending out the even gait regardless of any compensations. So for today, it's important that we have even pressure on our heels. All right, now we've done our scapation. We have one more. So we want to make sure, I have these shoes on and I keep sliding, but they're super cute, look. Anyway, so super cute. Anyway, we want to be leaning against our wall, and we're going to have our palms facing inward. So we're going to have our pinkies on the wall, duck butt position, even pressure on our heels, and we're going to lift up and then back down. So nothing goes on here. We have even pressure, we lift up, keep the elbows locked. So when you're coming up, if you're starting to bend, stop when you start to bend. You don't want to have any bending. Remember the extensor muscles that we've been working on since 1722, a hell of a long time. This is going to screw everything up. So we only want to come up, keep the elbows locked, only as high as we can. Now, if you're able to, come up like that, and then back down. But only if you're able to do that while keeping both elbows in the locked position. Keep your chins up. Even pressure on those butt cheeks. Even pressure on both feet, kids. Come on now. Hands are rigid. Tap. Back up, nice and slow. Control, control, control. There should be nothing strenuous about today. Nothing at all. Every body part should feel equally good. All right, we're going to keep our stance and we're going to go into those stretches again, yeah? All right, duck butt, lock knees, hinge forward. Make sure you're not leaning. We have even pressure on both hiney cheeks and both feet, yeah? Find your stretch. We're going to hold. Come out of it. Come back down. Out of it. Come back down. Out of it. Do not lean. Do not lean. Make sure both hiney cheeks are against the wall. Now hold this position and we're going to lift up the toes, yeah? Get our calves. Lean against your wall, guys. Other leg. Other leg. So we're just going to go back and forth. Find your stretch and we're going to hold it. Count out a 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's get into our wide position, our second position. Keep your high knees against the wall, and we're going to go into our hamstrings. Keep your duck butt, find your stretch. Do not lean. Do not lean. And up, and back down. Duck butt, duck butt. Told you it was going to be nice. Now stay in this position and let's go inner thigh. Stay against the wall, lean over your left. So the left leg should be locked, the right leg should be bent. Now let's go to the right. Go back to the left, keep your hiney cheeks against the wall, guys. Do not force your stretch. Other side, don't lift the hiney cheeks. Let's come back center, yeah? All right, away from your wall, let's go into triceps. That was fun. Not as fun as yesterday, though. Yesterday was hella fun. Everybody should be okay from that. There shouldn't be any weird back or neck discomfort. Let's go to our hands. And rotate. clasp hands. Do not go side to side. Just reach up, get a nice elongation through the core. And let's go into our chest biceps. See, now that was a relaxing session. Don't get used to it because we're going to have to burn off some hamburgers and hot dogs from this weekend. You guys have a happy 4th of July. Enjoy your weekend, your time with your loved ones. I love you guys and I miss you guys tons. I will see you on Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel. If anybody has any suggestions of a theme for next week, I would love to hear your thoughts. If I don't hear anything, you guys are super screwed. I will see you on Monday. Bye.